Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Manzoor Ahmed, lecturer history. Today we are going to start unit number 11 of our syllabus in 11th class history subject, and the name of the unit is Paths to Modernization. Dear students, as the name of this unit suggests, in this unit we have to talk about the ways, means and paths adopted by different Asian countries to modernize themselves. And in this unit, we have to particularly discuss about two Asian countries, namely Japan and China, how these two countries modernized themselves, what ways, means and paths were adopted by these two countries to modernize themselves. As a matter of fact, the process of modernization of Japan and China started in the 19th century. Let's first of all talk about Japan. Dear students, before talking about the various topics related to the modernization of Japan, let's have a brief introduction of Japan as a country. Dear students, Japan is an important country in the East Asia. Japan is a country which has a string of or a chain of hundreds of islands. However, there are four main large islands, namely Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, Shikoku, and which are situated in the Pacific Ocean. The Honshu is the largest of all islands and is situated in the middle of Japan. More than 50% of the land area of this Japan is mountainous. Only 17% of Japanese land is arable. Arable means suitable for growing crops. Japan is situated in a very active earthquake zone. Volcanoes often erupt in the mountainous regions. As a result, earthquakes cause heavy havocs. The population of Japan is largely of Japanese, but there are small Ainu minority and Koreans also living in Japan. Rice and fish are the staple food of Japanese. When we talk about the modernization of Japan, we need to understand that from 1603 to 1867 AD, the members of the Tokugawa family held the administrative positions in Japan. The members of the Tokugawa family held the position of the shogun in Japan. What was the shogun? Shogun is basically a title given to the military commanders who used to run the administration of Japan, govern the administration of Japan. Though there was an emperor as well, there used to be a ruler as well, but the ruler was weak, nominal, and had no powers in his hands, and all powers were in the hands of the shogun, the military commanders who run various affairs of the administration in Japan. So the members of the Tokugawa family held the position of shogun, and the kings during these times in Japan from 1603 to 1867 were just for namesake. In 1853, a naval commodore means naval military officer of USA Matthew Perry succeeded in reaching Yokohama port of Japan. In 1854 AD, he entered into a treaty known as Treaty of Kanagawa with the Japanese government. And this Treaty of Kanagawa is called the opening up of Japan, because it was with this treaty that Japan opened up for other world countries. This treaty opened Japan to the Western countries, and Japan moved on the path of modernization. It was ultimately in 1868 that, rather 1867, that the control of Tokugawa family on the administrative affairs of Japan came to an end. And in 1868, Emperor Mutsuhito, with the title of Meiji Tenno, took the administration of Japan in his own hands and became the ruler of Japan. Till 1868, though there were rulers, but those rulers were just for namesake. But it was Mutsuhito, with the title of Meiji Tenno, who restored the powers of emperor or ruler back to him and began the path of modernization of Japan in actual practice. Therefore, the period of Mutsuhito Meiji, where he tried to modernize Japan, revolutionize Japan, this period of Meiji is known as Meiji Restoration. Many appreciable reforms took place during this period. Japan emerged as a strong power. Japan surprised the world when it defeated China in 1894-95 and Russia in 1905. With this, Japan also incorporated Korea or occupied Korea in 1910 AD. Army became very powerful because of the popular cult of militarism in Japan. However, during Second World War, Japan played a significant role. It won many victories. It was forced to accept a defeat when the United States of America (USA) dropped 2 atomic bombs on its 2 cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. Thus, America overpowered Japan and defeated it. The occupation of Japan by America continued from 1945 to 1952 AD. With the withdrawal of America, Japan reasserted its power, its strength, it strengthened its economy. It became a member of the United Nations Organization in 1956 AD, and in 1964 it hosted the World Olympics at its capital in Tokyo. We also need to understand that the Japan's path to modernization after 1952 has been termed as the post-war miracle, because the rapid rebuilding of Japanese economy after its crashing defeat in the World War II is called as post-war miracle, as Japan came out of the war crisis very soon and began to reconstruct itself in a very strong manner, and surprised everyone when Japan within no time became once again an important country in the world economic sector. Thank you.